Yeah. Tip of the cap to you boys. How we doing? Oh,
Heim Bloom told us he does think that things could very well happen. He's told me, and we'll play that for you here in just a bit, that nothing was up his sleeve necessarily, but he did anticipate a lot of activity on the major league front. What do you think?
well, I think it's the unofficial time where we really begin to monitor in a serious way what the plans are for Brendan Donovan, what the plans are for Lars Nootbaar, what the plans are for Wilson Contreras, certainly Nolan Arenado. That doesn't need to be said. What are the plans for Jojo Romero? We're talking about trade candidates. You know, I think we just zero in on the pretty normal list that we're all familiar with. But now it starts to get real because you're getting into the real off season. There have been some early moves made, as we know. But now we get into the nitty gritty because a lot of these teams like to get deals done at least by Christmas. Although in recent years it's kind of bled over into January, so we'll see. But it's going to get really hot, I think.
Well, the winter meetings starting up on Sunday, right? Isn't the 7th Sunday? So in Orlando, things are hopefully they get going. I would love for winter meetings to be more of a like NBA free agency day kind of thing, where as soon as everybody gets together, they get to the winter meetings, all these things start to happen and start to break, and there are all kinds of moves made. And sometimes that's true, but a lot of times it's not. You're just maybe laying a foundation for something to come. But I am, I think that once we get deep into December and obviously into January, we're going to have a much better idea of what this team's going to look like next year. We know it's going to be different. I am more curious to see if guys like Wilson Contreras end up being traded. We saw the report from Katie Wu today that he is more open to the idea of waiving his full no-trade clause to go to another team. And this was after he has said publicly he wants to stay here. And I think two things can be true. You can want to stay in St. Louis. You can want to stay with the Cardinals, but also maybe want to help them out. Leave the door open so that if they find a place for you that's a good fit for them too, that you're helping everybody out. And I'm sure he sees it on the wall too, that they're probably not going to be a particularly good team. Maybe they'll be good next year, but I don't know. It doesn't look like they're going to be good. They could be surprising, and maybe he just wants to go somewhere where he can win. So I will be interested to see if he's one of those guys that gets moved, because we know there's more coming.
Tom, I wouldn't listen, pardon the shameless self-promotion, but I just did about a 17-minute video on Wilson Contreras and the possibility of trading him. And I'll just tell you one thing about it to add on to what Chris said. I'm a guy that really likes Wilson Contreras. I admire him. I think he's an underrated. He's been an underrated player for the Cardinals for some reasons. I don't really understand, because he's been a consistently good hitter, consistently good. He's been one of in fact, the 3 years as a Cardinal, if we talk about, weighted runs created plus, he's been the 9th best right-handed hitter in baseball over 3 years. And they move him to first base, and he's the 3rd best first baseman defensively in the majors last year. So unselfish guy, team guy, tough guy, great competitor. But doing my research for this and looking at just how good he has been offensively, it's more than I thought. And I'm a guy that gives him a ton of credit, but I didn't give him enough credit. So I thought, well, maybe his age will give teams some pause, but because he'll be 34 in May. But this past season, his bat speed was in the upper 5% of all major league hitters, and also his hard hit rate, his barrel rate. He's lost nothing in terms of his physical viability. So there's also a shortage of all-around good first basemen who hit from the right side. So I actually think the market for him will be pretty strong. And I give Katie Woo a lot of credit for advancing the story by pointing out what Ron's just said, that he's much more open-minded and willing to consider a trade now. So to me, that changes his status. It'll be really interesting to see how this all plays out.
I agree. And just so we're clear, Wilson did not tell Katie that. Katie wrote this with sources, citing sources, anonymous sources, telling her that, which are trusted sources that you can take to the bank because she brings it on these stories. So this is common knowledge now within those circles that Wilson is willing to move. And there is no question about it. There are a lot of factors at play. One of them is the fact, one thing that Chris said, is that you're not going to win a lot of games here. Let's just be real. This team is not going to win. All right. But we have to be able to educate people across the board here. And I'm not talking about our Gashouse Gang viewers and listeners. If you're watching this show or you're tuning into the show or you just stumbled across this show, you're here because you're a baseball fan and you probably have some pretty good knowledge as to how this thing works. But what you have to be able to do, I think, is to spread the word to Cardinals fans who are going to catch wind of this here down the road as we get closer to the start of the season and say, well, this team is terrible. I don't get it. Wilson Contreras, what Bernie just described, a right-handed hitting, young 30s, power hitting, really good defender as it turns out, great move for his career, by the way, to move to first base, is going to bring you a very nice prospect or two.
Yeah.
Brendan
He's got a high on base percentage, Wilson Contreras.
Brendan Donovan is going to bring you a very nice prospect or two. If Sonny Gray brought you those two, what do you think Donnie's going to bring you? And on it goes. Folks, what's happening here is the Cardinals are in a transformational period. I don't want to overstate this, but the moves that they make are for the future of the organization, and they are putting together right in front of you the building blocks for the next decade. And by the way, the guy doing it is the one who might be the best at it. I mean, that's arguable. There are a lot of them out there, but Bloom has done this already with the Rays. He's assisted in doing this. And with the Red Sox, he has already shown some signs, Roman Anthony and others, that he can do this. And now he's doing it with the Cardinals and an ownership group that's basically saying, whatever you need, man, we'll give you the resources to make this thing happen. So we're in an interesting period in Cardinals history, and you're witnessing the beginning of it. So John Mozeliak's gone. All right. That stuff, that era is over. It is over. That what you're about to see, I feel like I'm like the start of a circus or something. What you are about to see is a completely different look. They are going to change the whole look of this team, this roster, this organization, the staff, not the major league staff, the staff up and down the organization. It's changing right before our eyes.
And it might be painful for a little bit. And you know what? That's okay if it is. I know that when I say, or anybody says, hey, maybe they end up being competitive next year a little bit, there's no chance I'm going into the season thinking, oh, they're going to win the division. What they might do is give us a little bit of what they gave us this past season, and that is fool us for a little bit, play good ball for about a month, and you think, oh, well, I don't know, maybe they'll surprise us. But that's probably the ceiling for 2026. But as a fan, you always just kind of hold out hope that anything can happen. But in reality, we know what's going on here, right? We know what this team's going to be, and that's okay. It's okay if they're a rebuilding team. It's okay if they're sort of starting from scratch as best they can, because I'm going to trust this process that something good is going to be on the other end of that.
I'm confident of that. I did a video yesterday. Sorry, here I go again, where I was able to chart exactly how many moves Chaim Bloom has made in terms of this transformational process Tom referred to. And to the best of my research, what I could determine, and I think it's really close. I know for a fact that basically since a year ago, Chaim Bloom has brought in somewhere between 36 to 40 new baseball-related employees into the organization, some in the minor leagues, some in the major leagues, some in new departments that have been created. And he's also promoted some people that were here that he really likes. And he's promoted people in the minor leagues in terms of their role. So he's brought in at least 36, probably closer to 40 new people into the organization in a baseball way. And he's promoted about maybe 10 others. And yeah, some have been let go. But my point is, in a year's time, and he's hiring smart people. He's just not bringing in run-of-the-mill guys or women. This is a pretty startling amount of work that's been accomplished already, except the thing of it is, you don't really see it because these are just names. You know, they're not players. They're not like, well, when's he going to make a trade? When's he going to do that? He's rebuilding the entire infrastructure, and he's pretty much gotten it done in a year. I personally think that's really impressive. I really, really do.
I do too. He's had his eyes on him for 2 years. Now, in this past couple of months, he's made a couple of moves as the boss. And I will say this also. The worst place to be in sports, I've learned over the years, is in the middle. Being at the top is awesome. Being at the bottom means you're rebuilding to be at the top. And I denied it, and I resisted it for years. But if I'm really looking back at where the Cardinals have been, they've been in the middle for like a decade.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm done. I'm ready. I want to see this thing build back. I want to see the giant again. I'm tired of being in the middle.
That's the thing, is you're not getting out of the middle unless you make it painful for a bit. And that's what they're doing now.
And I never wanted to do it, and I said they'll never do it. They'll never tear this thing down. But it shouldn't be looked at as a negative. It should be looked at as a necessity. The only way in this era, in this baseball economy, in this market, if you're going to build this thing back, you got to go back to being the powerhouse, the organization that everybody wanted to be. I feel like we've been pounding this message over and over, but now it's actually happening. It is actually happening. So, we're just going to describe it play by play as it happens, day by day. I mean,
and people can be be cynical about it if they want. We're getting some jaded, comments, which is fine. I'm not going to do any fan ripping today.
Why not?
So there's going to be skeptics. There's going to be people that are just very highly cynical. Where I'm not going to buy into this until I see what the final result is, what kind of team they put on the field. That's a fair point, as long as you give me the timetable. In other words, that standard doesn't apply to 2026. I don't think it would apply to 2027. But a cynic would be absolutely correct in saying, look, I know it's going to take some time, but I'm not going to be convinced that this was the right thing to do until I see the end of this and what they put on the field. And that's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah. I mean, there are varying comments all over the place, and that's healthy. Look, the fan base is not going to agree on everything. And there's still going to be this kind of stuff right here. They have a little league manager from Bill on Ollie Marmol. Dude, Bruce Bochy ain't going to manage a team that is going to lose 90 or so games.
But also, I reject the idea that he doesn't know what he's doing. I think people just do not give the quality of the roster enough credit. And it's just so easy to say, well, the manager sucks. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's out of his depth. Come on, man. The team isn't good enough. It wasn't good
division.
enough.
He clearly has impressed Chaim Bloom in his ability to develop players and assemble a staff that can be on board. The whole staff's coming back. You think that's...
Hold on.
Do you think that's not a plus for Ollie Marmol?
Let me make this point. Do you how good this team would have been last year if Terry Francona was the manager? They'd have sucked. This team would have sucked in 2025 if Tito was the manager. He's one of the best managers in the game. They would have sucked in 2025. The roster isn't good enough.
Yeah.
Well, every time I hear, I got to say this again because I actually like being a gadfly on this because every time I bring it up, there's silence. There's crickets, and that applies to other media as well. When I bring it up, crickets. Ollie Marmol, his first 4 seasons as the Cardinals manager, had a higher winning percentage and received more Manager of the Year votes than Tony La Russa did in his first 4 seasons as the Cardinals manager. Crickets, silence. Nobody wants to acknowledge the facts on that.
No, they don't.
So, and I'm not saying, listen, I think Ollie's got a lot to prove. There were some things about the last couple of years I didn't like. But these stupid comments about a Little League manager. Okay, well, what did that make Tony La Russa, who won fewer games than Ollie Marmol in his first 4 seasons as a Cardinals manager, with a roster that was a lot more talented than anything Ollie Marmol had, except for 2022.
Yeah. I think it's important.
Crickets.
Yeah.
Crickets.
I mean, I think it's important fans understand what's going on here. There's no reason for us to be hyping the guy. It's just reality. We've covered how many managers now? I mean, Mike Matheny went to the postseason his first 4 years as manager. It's pretty good. Nobody had ever done that before. He had a pretty good roster too, and he got roasted. So the whole point I'm making is everyone gets roasted in this town. La Russa got roasted. Matheny got roasted. Schilt got roasted. Ollie gets roasted. It's just part of the deal, man. It's the St. Louis Cardinals, and I get it. We're just gonna live with it. It's okay,
right? And let's be honest about something. Mike Schilt only became popular after John Mozeliak fired him, because then he was a martyr. Oh, I can't believe Mo did that to him, that kind of thing. And we know better now. There were reasons for that being done because it happened again in San Diego. So. No, he wasn't popular until Mo sacked him. And then it's like, oh, that poor guy, Mo. What is he doing? That Mo needs to resign. I mean, I get it, but I'm just saying, let's be honest about it. Like, we don't have to hide anything. Let's just be candid about it. That's all.
I like it. I like it a lot. Let's do this. In a little bit, we're going to give away a Cardinals Cubs pack. A holiday pack giveaway that is on the way. We'll let you know when you can do that. This is the Gashouse Gang. We're sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling, SaligaHeatingandCooling.com. Bernie's visits are sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling. A Daikin dealer. Back after this.
Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, the genuine, the original, present 100 years of KMOX.
The threat of a pandemic has become
there when the world stood still.
My uncle got COVID.
We are averaging about 275 to 300 new cases per day right now.
The St. Charles County Health Department reports a positivity rate as high as 24%.
So in the meantime, we focus on treatments. What's the range of treatments being offered for COVID-19?
The vast majority of things is what we would call supportive care.
People are weary of loss, sacrifice, and inconvenience. They want to feel safe, to see loved ones again, and to get back to the things they enjoy.
The light at the end of the pandemic tunnel means hugging and kissing my mother again for the first time in 10 months.
There for every headline, every heartbreak, every heartbeat. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Overhead Door Company of St. Louis is hiring residential garage door technicians and installers. Join the team trusted here since 1926. Apply today, get a call today. No experience necessary. We will train motivated applicants to repair and install garage doors. Mechanical, carpentry, and service industry experience is a plus. Hiring bonus up to $4,000. Benefits include health, dental, vision, and pension. Earn as you learn to service the best garage door customers in St. Louis. Apply today at OverheadDoorSt.Louis.com.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
At Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital, every moment with our patients is a gift. Thanks to supporters like you, children have hope as they fight serious illness and reach incredible milestones. Please donate today at treeofhope.org.
Working full-time but still falling behind? Learn how real estate education can help you build income and get ahead. On your terms, text radio to 88007. That's RADIO to 88007. Presented by Lifestyles Unlimited.
I'm Kent Martin. From my days at the station to today, KMOX has always been part of St. Louis. Congratulations on 100 years.
I didn't make you wait very long. Let's do the tickets right now. 314-955-1120. Cards Cubs pack. 5 games. What the heck? How many tickets is that, Matt? Is it 4?
10?
Is it a pair for each game? I think it's a pair for each game. 5 games. What in the world? The Cards Cubs pack, a holiday packs giveaway. Let's do it right now. Let's take caller number in honor of Yadier Molina. Caller number 4 at 314-955-1120 will get that Cardinals holiday packs giveaway.
It is a pair of tickets, too.
A pair of tickets. Wow. So is it every Cubs-Cardinals game or just one a series?
It's the Cards Cubs pack, so I think that includes some Cubs and something else. But that's what it says on my sheet, so that's what I'm going with. It says 5 games. It's a pack.
It's free.
It's
if you win,
you got a chance.
But there are most people are going to lose this thing.
Yeah, you got a chance.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and play that. This is I just want to throw it out there. This is what Chaim Bloom said on Sports on a Sunday Morning this past Sunday. He told us last week that before Thanksgiving, some deals typically start being discussed, and as it turns out, the Cardinals did that very thing. Now that we're coming out of the holiday, what do you anticipate the market looking like this week as we lead into the following week as the winter meetings? But there has been some movement here, Chaim. Both free agents and trades have come to fruition.
Yeah, at the time that I said that to you last week, I did have an inkling that we might be able to get something done before Thanksgiving. I am happy for the sake of all of our families that we were able to get it done before Thanksgiving, so we didn't have to multitask on Thursday. That was a big relief to, I know my family, and probably also, I'm guessing, our friends in the media appreciated it as well.
It was nice, yes.
I do think it's going to be a busy couple of weeks. Now, we don't have anything up our sleeves right now that's about to drop, so I'm not trying to hint anything, but just knowing that things are now starting to move in the industry, I think, we were one of the first handful of deals, with Sonny to be able to have happen this winter. I do think you'll see things escalating as we get closer to the winter meetings, into the winter meetings. I know we're going to be really busy in conversation. You've already started to see it pick up a little bit coming out of Thanksgiving. And with everybody back in their offices tomorrow, I'm sure it will just continue to build, and we'll be very active in conversations with other team. Again, just looking for opportunities to do things that benefit the organization. If we see players that we think can help us win now and in the future, we're going to be pretty aggressive hunting those players down.
All right, so there you have it. Bernie, he is going to be active. I also asked him, it didn't sound like any restrictions on any of the players right now. No absolutes. I think he's taking calls on anybody, and he said, that is my job. That is what I'm going to do. I owe it to the organization to listen to what people think of our players. He thinks that's very important, and I don't know that anybody is untouchable. Well, Weatherholt's untouchable. But other than that, Liam Doyle's untouchable. Other than that, I don't know, man. I think it's wide open, Bern.
I do. And the one thing I want to put out there is because, listen, I do expect Brendan Donovan to be traded. It isn't that I'm going to say, take it to the bank. It's a done deal. And I'm not going to showboat with that kind of stuff because there's always a chance he's not traded, and I'm not waffling. I'm just saying, I just think the odds are overwhelming that he will be traded. But Tom, you used the term, we should maybe offer some education here too. I've seen this. I'm not criticizing, but I've just noted there's been some overreaction in some of the reporting, not by the reporting, but reaction to the reporting. It's like, well, the Cardinals aren't going to trade Donovan unless they get blown away by an offer. And that narrative has been repeated a few times. And then people get excited and they think, oh man, okay. There's a problem, maybe a good chance that Donovan will be back. Listen, the way this thing works, if you're horse trading, man, you put out in the national media, the local media, as much as you possibly can. We're not giving him away. It's going to have to take a great offer to get him. That's a strategy. It doesn't mean anything in terms of whether he'll be back or not. I mean, Chaim Bloom would be irresponsible if he wasn't sending that message. We need to be really impressed. We don't have to trade anybody, So, and that should be his attitude. But the bottom line, he's also a pragmatist, and he knows what his own plan is. If he gets a good offer, he's going to trade Brendan Donovan, I believe.
I think you're right. We're going to take a break, but let me ask this too. During the break, I want to ask this of our viewers who constantly pummel this comment line with things like this, that they're not going to return until Marmol is gone. Well, you're going to be waiting a while, but I just want specifics. I enough of the fire. Why would you fire your manager right now? It's so ridiculous. First of all. Secondly, what? Like what specifically? Be specific. Enough of the Marmol needs to go stuff. Honestly, I'm starting to be at a loss here as to why this is going on. Stop or tell me, like, did he do something illegal that it would cause you to not go to a game after you've been going for 45 years? What in the world is going on here?
Well, it depends on how illegal. Because here's
are there photos?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Because I don't care if it's illegal. Depending on the level of illegal here. If he's done something illegal but they win,
I mean,
great.
enough already.
I don't care. Yeah.
Jeez. And by the way, Aaron, who I said yesterday that I love Aaron, even though Aaron, because he's on every single show, negative. He wants a roster move. There are like 100 days in the offseason between the end of the World Series and the start of spring training. So he wants 100 roster moves. He needs a roster move every single day, Aaron. We're going to take a break.
You guys promised not to just completely crap on the listeners and the callers and the texters.
No,
and
I said, okay. That would be nice.
Look at what you're doing.
Yeah, okay.
This is my assignment to you during the break. Garland says Ollie for president. Back after this
let's
on
calm down.
KMOX.
Okay.
Weekdays at 5, it's Rush Hour Sports on KMOX. Hot stove blazing. College football bowl season heating up. College basketball teams making their final prep for conference play. NFL teams jockeying for playoff positions. And the latest in Cardinals baseball and Blues hockey. Fast updates, instant analysis, zero wasted seconds. St. Louis sports, all of it. Delivered right at Rush Hour. Rush Hour Sports, weekdays at 5 on KMOX. Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
It is cloudy at 27. The high will be 30. The weather brought to you by Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm.
At Sandberg Phoenix, we're more than just a law firm. Our attorneys are committed to you, your business, and your community. We are ready to serve you in the areas of business litigation, intellectual property, health law, and products liability. SandbergPhoenix.com. The choice of lawyers is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
What's up, Missouri? Tony Gonzalez here. Your moment is finally here because DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Missouri. You can get in on all the action with fast withdrawals, a safe and secure app, and betting that's easy to use anywhere you go. And the best part, DraftKings keeps the excitement going with awesome promos and offers all season long. That's why it's America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't wait. New customers sign up today. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Let's go, Missouri. Get in the game.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THELOU. New Missouri customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code THELOU in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ETHOS.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
When you want a brand new kitchen, there's nothing to it. There's a brand new way to do it. 3-Day Kitchen and Bath.
Marcia talks about her experience with 3-Day Kitchen and Bath.
Hi, my name's Marcia, and I had a great experience with 3-Day Kitchen and Bath. My sister, who lives in Logan, had them do her kitchen, and after I saw the quality, I realized it was exactly what I wanted. I guess one of the things I really liked is that when I came back, I just couldn't believe how it totally changed, and everything was all cleaned up, and it looked so great. All my neighbors want to come over and see it. I had a lot of unique features that I wanted as far as the fixtures go, and Dave was able to find those things, and that made all the difference. It was a great experience, and I'm glad I did it, and I would recommend it to anyone.
It's about time.
3 days or less.
At 3-Day Kitchen and Bath.
At Hardee's, every Tuesday is now Tender Bender Tuesday. Right now, download the Hardee's app and join My Rewards. Buy 3 hand-breaded chicken tenders, get 3 free. It's Tender Bender BOGO. Every Tuesday now through June 2026. This Tuesday, get 3 tenders, free. Next Tuesday, get them free. The Tuesday after that, you guessed it, free. Buy 3 tenders, get 3 free. Another great benefit for My Rewards members. Only at Hardee's. Registration and app required. Available for limited time at participating restaurants. See app for terms.
Glover here for my friends at Cantor Injury Law. Cantor is local, and we're here doing the work every day. We're right here in St. Louis, and we're ready to fight for you. CantorInjuryLaw.com or call 314-628-9999.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be solely based on advertisements.
Give the best of Broadway right here in St. Louis. Muni season tickets are on sale now, just in time for the holidays. Our 2026 season includes Hairspray, Shrek the Musical, South Pacific, Disney's Newsies, Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Times of the Temptations, Meet Me in St. Louis, and Something Rotten. See all 7 shows starting at just $126. For tickets, visit muni.org.
Looking for a beautiful, all-inclusive place for your loved one? Happy holidays from Pine Valley Assisted Living. Secure a room between now and January 31st and take advantage of our move-in special. Enjoy affordable rates with absolutely no hidden fees. Experience the beautiful life at Pine Valley. Visit rspseniorliving.com today.
Tonight, it's men's Billikens basketball action as they face LMU. Pre-game at 8:45, tip at 9 on your home for Billikens basketball. 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back to the show with Bernie Miklas and Chris Ranji. I'm Tom Ackerman, Matt Pajeski, Frank Ladd, our producers. We did have a winner on the tickets, so congratulations there.
Oh, Ellen from Arnold.
All right, Ellen from Arnold. Be nice to Ellen. She holds 10 tickets. It's pretty good.
Is it 10?
Yeah. It's.
Oh, well, 10 for each. Okay.
It's a pair.
Yeah, it's a pair for each game.
What's your problem, Raji?
What is my problem? I've got many issues.
I asked for
talk about them.
I asked for the anti-Ollie crowd to give me some specifics, and I got no takers until just a second ago. It was crickets until we got one. This is one of his biggest critics. We'll see if we can go from him verbally abusing players during a game, promise a player a position over one, was told it was his team's future, calling players out, don't know how to manage. Woo.
He verbally abused somebody?
Woo. I don't know, man.
Maybe this guy's got some inside information we need to hear about.
My goodness.
Ollie verbally. Well, I mean, look, you think managers don't verbally abuse their guys sometimes?
They don't call players out? I mean,
he made a mistake with the way he called Tyler O'Neill out. How many years ago was that?
That was 3.
And oh, by the way, at that point, Tyler O'Neill was pretty much despised by 75% of Cardinals fans? But because Ollie called him out, Ollie should have been fired.
You don't
think even though they saw Tyler O'Neill not hustling and doing the stuff that Ollie had a problem with.
Do you think his teammates were all cool with O'Neill?
No, of course. I mean, they couldn't.
No.
How about this? I just want to know how Ollie would have handled Colby Rasmus. That's what I want to know. How would he handle that situation?
Tony Rasmus.
I know. Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to throw this in.
Yes.
And it's a point I try to make every few months or so. All right, let's retrace this quickly. Let's just say since the start of 2023, when it got really, really bad. Okay. How many times have we heard ownership's not committed to winning? Ownership's not spending enough money it takes to build a good team. Bill DeWitt ought to sell the franchise. Okay, we hear that, right? In other words, they're saying ownership's terrible. Then this actually goes back long before 2023. John Mozeliak's terrible. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know how to spend money. They can't develop pitching anymore. They don't have any stars. Once Arenado and Goldie got old, they don't have any stars. There's no reason to come to the ballpark to see the team. They don't have the charisma, the talent. Okay, so ownership's terrible. The general manager, president of baseball operations, terrible. They don't have enough talent. They don't spend enough money. They don't develop players well enough. So the conclusion to that is we better fire the manager.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What if ownership is so horrible? If Mo was so horrible, why are you blaming Ollie Marmol? He's managing under the same circumstances that you all scream about being so terrible. And he came along at a time where they were starting to reduce payroll. So the disconnect there is actually kind of comical because it makes no sense.
I'm going to throw this out there. This is from a texter, 314-436-7900, who says, tell me, and this is a person who is clearly anti-Ollie. He says, tell me great players are wanting to play for Marmol. And obviously what he's getting at is nobody wants to come here and play for that guy.
Oh, okay.
And well, first of all, how many? There might be just a couple of guys in the game who players will go and play for because that guy is the manager. We know why players go and play in certain markets. They go there for a couple of different reasons. Number one is for the cash. Are they going to get paid? Are they going to get the money? And are they going to get the years? And then do we have a chance to win? It is not about the guy in the dugout. I mean, there might be some players on teams that want to get away from the guy who's currently managing their team because they're not getting the playing time. They feel like they're not being traded fairly or whatever it is. But I don't buy this. Nobody wants to come play here because Ollie Marmol's the manager. I think that's nuts.
And if we try to thank you. And if we try to seriously answer this, the people that make that charge, they'll just play a shell game. They'll just start moving things around.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, right. First of all, if we're talking about right now or the last couple of years, the number one reason why guys don't want to play here is they don't see the Cardinals as a team that's going to contend and have a run in the postseason. if all things are equal, you want to play for a contender with a chance to win a ring. The Cardinals are not in that situation. The other thing is, well, Chris, you said it. More than anything, it's like, okay, what do you offer me?
You gonna pay me?
Yeah. What's the salary? How long? I want 4 years. I want 5 years. So if guys don't want to play for Ollie, then why did the guy who finished second in the American League Cy Young voting want very much to play in St. Louis? I'm talking about Sonny Gray. His final year with the Twins, second in the Cy Young voting. Now, again, this is where we move the goalposts. The haters would say, well, because he wanted to be close to Nashville. See, I played that game a little bit, but I'm not going to play the game because no matter what you say to explain it, they move the goalposts. They change the terms.
That's right. And
just say you hate the guy. You can't stand. I've said this a lot, Tom and Chris. I don't mind people who are just really honest and they just say, look, I just don't like the guy. I personally don't think he's very good. I can't stand him. You know what? That's an honest opinion. I respect that. What I think is ridiculous are the people that try to hide it behind some kind of baseball terms. Just say you don't like the guy. I'm good with that. There's a lot of people that I don't like. Like, for example, I don't like Ranji, okay?
That's not true. That is not true. I have text messages to prove it.
And I
love Ranji, actually.
I've had some people tell me recently that they didn't like Marmol until they heard him on the show and heard
we get that a lot.
Little bit more about him and heard him explain things a little bit more and spend more time with us, and they have changed their opinion on him. So there are a lot of people who have been swayed that way as well. What did Ollie no favors was the fact that Mike Schilt was fired abruptly. It was communicated poorly, and he was the choice, and he was put in a bad situation right away. Now, they selected him. It was just the way that it went down was not a great thing for him, and that he had, I think, had to fight through that perception that he was just brought in as a puppet. And now he is brought in as Chaim Bloom's manager. And I think somebody who Chaim has watched, Chaim could have fired him, could have gracefully said, like, you know what, I want to start clean. I want to start with my own guy. I respect you. We'll help you in the industry. No, he went with the guy that he thinks has a bright future. The formerly youngest manager in baseball, no longer the youngest, but one who has a lot of years ahead of him. When we come back, I'm going to tell you a little something about ownership too. I'm going to push back on that too. And I'm going to tell you this right now before we take a break. I don't get paid by the Cardinals. Okay. Maybe on occasion I might do a speaking engagement, but they don't pay me a dime. I get paid by Odyssey.
I don't either.
Okay.
But I would like to know how to get some of that Cardinals money.
Well, I can talk to you on the side. It's just emceeing stuff,
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. I don't get paid by the team. No. All right. But I'm going to tell you something about the ownership group when we come back. This is the Gashouse Gang on KMOX. Bernie, tell us about Saliga Heating and Cooling, if you would.
Oh, yeah, my pleasure. And I'm sitting here like a fool because I don't have my notes, and I apologize.
That's okay.
Well, you should know it all by heart by now.
I like the security and knowing that if I forget something, it's there. I am old now, guys. Anyway, Saliga Heating and Cooling is a Daikin Comfort dealer. The same Saliga family, 4 generations, have been taking care of multiple generations of St. Louis family since 1927, continuously. I love that. And what does it tell us? It tells us Saliga Heating and Cooling is really, really outstanding in what they do. Do you think they'd still be thriving nearly 100 years later? The same family? Generational family? No. I can testify simply that we have been calling Saliga Heating and Cooling for 18 years, and we've never had a complaint about anything. When they say they're going to come to your home between this hour and that hour, they're there. When they come into your home, they're classy. They're professional. You don't feel uncomfortable. When they diagnose your problem, they don't try to right away hustle you. Oh, boy, I'm sorry to tell you this. You're going to need this, which happens to be the most expensive thing. They don't play that game. In our experience, they always look for the least expensive solution first, and you can trust them. Their integrity is impeccable. Never going to hustle you. And they also look for other ways to save you money. We're members of the Priority Club. It's a maintenance plan that's going to save you money by extending the life of your current equipment. And that has been a fact with us. We have saved money. They do so much more than heating and cooling. What I would like you to do is just find out more, including the phone number, by going to SaligaHeatingandCooling.com. Thank you.
Winter Wonderland, presented by St. Louis County Parks and Recreation at Tillis Park, is now open through January 3rd. Enjoy more than 1 million dazzling lights with holiday characters and festive scenes. Whether you're carrying on a family tradition or starting a new one, you'll never see anything like Winter Wonderland at Tillis Park. Happy holidays from Kirkwood Fence, Tully Tire, Washington U Orthopedics, Restoration One, and Happy Roof. Get more info at KMOX.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people. We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Don't get lulled into believing the IRS is getting soft. It's just the opposite. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. We are being told by IRS collection officers that their higher-ups are demanding that they get more aggressive than ever. So don't ignore them any longer. Level up. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Drury, today and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights. At the Lance Drury Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Drury Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120. Visit Lance, DRURYlaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Now back to the Gashouse Gang, sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling on 104.1 FM KMOX.
I'll make it quick because I know we're getting close to being out of time here. But my thing about the ownership group is, these are St. Louis people with St. Louis connections, just like you and me. And they are baseball fans. They're led by Bill DeWitt. He's the one. There's a big group of people in St. Louis who own this team, but they're led by DeWitt. He's the one who calls the shots. He's the one who answers to the commissioner and whoever else. But Bill DeWitt Jr. is a baseball man. And he comes from a baseball family, and he's a good man. And I've seen him stand in line to buy a ball cap at the stadium among fans when nobody knew that it was him at the moment. He was just standing there in line. He's a baseball guy. It's not like some stone-faced corporate ownership group that doesn't care about you or about the history of the team. And that's how I view them. And have they made some slip-ups along the way? Yeah. I mean, it's not easy to own a team, but in the last 3 decades, teams done a lot of winning and have made some hard decisions. And for the most part, they've pushed the right buttons. And right now, they've made that hard decision that they finally have to hit the reset button. And it doesn't feel good. But it doesn't mean that you trash everything that the ownership group has done. So, not saying that everybody's doing that, but the ones who ripped DeWitt. Anyway, that's what I had to say about that. That's how I feel.
Well, he's owned the team 30 years, and over the 30-year period, the Cardinals ranked 5th overall and 3rd in the National League in regular season winning percentage. They ranked 4th overall and 2nd in the National League for most postseason victories. Have the last few years been disappointing? Yeah. Did he make mistakes by letting the farm system decline and the things that made them great? Did he let that stuff slide? Yeah. Yeah, he made mistakes. He screwed some things up. I think all reasonable people, including someone who respects DeWitt, and I do, we're happy to acknowledge that. But this idea that he sell the team, a 30-year record where you're a top 5 franchise in the sport, sell the team. How'd that turn out when Stan Kroenke got a hold of the Rams? How'd that turn out?
And he was basically a local guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, people need to think before they say, I know we all have the attention span of like this little. We have a kitten that's 2 months old who just rustles around like crazy. I know there's no such thing as an attention span anymore. 30 years track record is outstanding.
We do have to be open to the possibility that they do sell at some point. Maybe they just want to get out of it. You never know. And then we have to hope that whoever does come in next is committed to making that team a winner and investing. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll throw in a few bucks if they want to add somebody. I don't have a lot, though.
You got enough. You got that Cardinals money coming in.
Yeah, right. Thanks for
just
joining
give it
us.
back to them. Say when they give you money for emceeing, just say, "Hey, keep it," and sign somebody.
Hey, if I could make some decisions, that would be fun. Actually, owning a team would be awesome, wouldn't it? As long as you had the money and weren't expecting to make hand over fist, just sort of, if you had enough money to just break even and just enjoy the fact that you own a baseball team, gosh, that'd be incredible. Cool. Thanks for joining us on the Gashouse Gang on KMOX, sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling, SaligaHeatingandCooling.com. Ranj and I are back tomorrow. Full show, lots of stuff popping. You never know what could happen. Major League Baseball market is moving back.
First place Bears, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go Hoosiers.
Yeah. i3 Broadband, where in the spirit of the season you can feast on 100%